Welcome back to Real Estate Radio. I am your host, Ryan Sloper, joined today by Louis Cammarosano, the general manager of HomeGain. Quick reminder, Real Estate Radio is designed to build the Washington, D.C. Metro's credit and housing markets one house at a time. If you ever have any questions, concerns, or real estate needs, the best number to reach out to us is 877-245-2030. That's 877-245-2030. Or you can reach us out on the web at realestateradio.dcmetro.com. So I want to jump into Virginia's HomeGain third quarter home value survey, which just got released as of the September the 22nd. Louis, will you give our listeners an overview of what the survey revealed in Virginia?
Sure. Well, first of all, you should start with the HomeGain national survey. We survey realtors and homeowners nationwide, and we ask them one very key question among 10 of them: where do you think home prices are headed in the next 6 months? And nationally, there's been not much change amongst real estate agents where they think home prices are headed. 47% think they will decrease in the next 6 months, and in the second quarter, 50% of them thought they would decrease. Only 11% and 12% respectively thought that they would increase, and 42% and 38% thought they would stay the same. Now, homeowners had been in the second quarter of 2011 a bit more optimistic about home prices. Only 31% thought they would decrease in the coming 6 months. But we saw in the third quarter nationally that now 45% of homeowners think that prices will decrease in the coming 6 months. We saw a similar trend in Virginia. Now, Virginia, as we've spoken about many times, has a much better real estate market than the rest of the nation, and also that reflects in the attitudes in our survey. So in the second quarter of 2011, only 20% of Virginia homeowners thought that home prices would decrease in the coming 6 months. And in the current survey, it went up to 31%. Now, that's still better than the national, where close to half of homeowners expect home prices to decrease.
Right.
Another point to make on the national statistics about Virginia is Virginia's has the highest percentage of homeowners that think homes will increase in the next 6 months. Now, the number is 29%. It's not that high, but it's still much higher than the national average. Also, Virginia real estate agents believe they're in the top 10. 8% of them think home prices will increase. Now, that's a small percent increase as well, but that still puts them in the top 10. But where the real difference is in Virginia, not just on the macro level where a greater number of homeowners and a greater number of real estate agents think home prices will either stay the same or increase, with greater than those that think they will decrease, which is contrary to the national. Virginia real estate agents, however, are fairly pessimistic in where they think that home prices will go, which is surprising given the last couple of months. Now, Virginia. Let's pull it up here. Yeah, 58% of Virginia real estate agents think that home prices will go down in the next 6 months, putting them in the top 5 of states. So that's where you see a difference now between the real estate agents and the homeowners.
Gotcha.
In the second quarter, that was 48% who thought home prices would decrease. So you're up a full 10 percentage points there to 58%. And in the third quarter of 2010, that number was 33%. So I don't know why the real estate agents in Virginia have turned increasingly pessimistic. It's possible that I don't know if they're seeing it in the market or they're just thinking that eventually their good luck is going to run out and they're going to join the rest of the nation. But that doesn't really seem to be reflected as much in the homeowners' expectations of home prices.
That's interesting. I think I do have a pretty good theory on that one, Louis. I think because, I was telling you that our supply of homes is relatively low. Mm-hmm. The market share for agents out there right now to get potential listings or to find buyers to buy homes that are available in the market, there's just not that many of them.
So you're saying that perhaps their own personal circumstances and the ability to participate in the market are limited, and therefore that sours the view on the real estate market?
Exactly. And since our supply of homes is low, the demand is very high right now, like I was saying, and forcing a lot of people into buying new homes. But the overall optimism from homeowners there is that they feel like, their prices of their houses on their street are going up, which in most cases they are.
Because generally, I like to think that the real estate agents' views are better on where the market is heading, because I think that they always accuse real estate agents of being cheerleaders for the real estate market, and NAR certainly is. But homeowners have an even greater incentive to cheerlead the market because they don't want to believe that their home prices have gone down. So the real estate agent in a down market seems to have more realism baked into their view of where things are headed.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, because I think, in most I think the national statistic was something like we have about 6.6 months of supply of homes on the market right now. Mm-hmm. But in Virginia, it's not even close to that. And it's the same with rental properties as well. I mean, for people that are trying to find rentals, it's just as tough. I mean, prices are shooting up, and that's why I see the same trend with home sales, existing home sales especially. The short sales and foreclosures that you do that are priced right and aggressively are getting bid up with multiple contracts. Those people that are tired of bidding on those homes are, as we mentioned earlier, moving to a normal sale that might be priced a little bit higher because that person is trying to break even on their home. So they're very wishful thinking that they think that they can get a contract on there to cover their mortgage so they can get out and go to buy something else. And if that's not the case, then they move to the new home, which they're going to be paying, $50,000, $60,000 more. But so I think it's very interesting there. I'll be curious to see how it plays out in the fourth quarter as well.
For me as well, because what I'm looking at nationally is a convergence now of homeowners' views on the direction of home prices with real estate agents, meaning that the homeowners have become in line nationally with the more pessimistic views that the real estate agents have had. But we've seen in Virginia a decoupling where the real estate agents have gotten increasingly more pessimistic over the last few quarters, much more than the homeowners.
Yeah, and also, in these times right now, Louis, I mean, people need to be working with true professionals that understand the market, understand short sales, understand foreclosures, understand the new home sales. That you have to understand everything, you know what I mean, to make sure that you're making the best educated decision for yourself and your family. And I think that, right now with the limited amount of options here in the DC metro area for the type of property that you're going to have, I mean, if something comes on the market here and it's solid and it's been updated and it's priced right, it's gone and it's multiple contracts. Days on.
But if you think about that, Ryan, that goes counter to everything we're hearing about how bad the economy is.
Yeah.
And I suppose that, I'm just speculating, that may be what the real estate agents are saying, is that they really can't expect home prices to continue to be in this robust market right now when we're getting, on the macro level, we're hearing bad news on just about every piece of economic news.
I know, and I kind of have issue with that, because I kind of feel like the same bubble that was created when Greenspan was in office with keeping rates low for an extended period of time, we're heading down that same path.
In Virginia.
In Virginia.
Well, then maybe that explains it, is that they think the prices aren't sustainable.
Right, and as you said, I mean, we have a ton of government jobs here, so employment and income remains relatively steady around here. So if the lower the prices go, I mean, the higher the prices go, the lower that interest rates go, it's just going to create even more of the bubble there. I would be worried once interest rates eventually make it back to the 5% range, what the demand for these homes would be. And I don't think that we're going to see that for some time. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out over the next couple of years.
The other thing that'll be interesting to see is if the government jobs and the government contracts can stay as secure and as lucrative as they have in the past, given the need to cut government spending.
Yeah, especially there's been a big push to really start cutting defense spending, which is one of the largest chunks of money that goes out every year.
I don't think a lot of those energy department grants for solar energy end up in Virginia, do they? Do you have one of those companies like Solyndra?
I think we do have one, yeah. There's pretty much one of everything somewhere right around here. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure there's at least one of them.
And that's another type of spending that'll be under scrutiny and targeted for cuts.
Yep.
When the energy department, they don't regulate energy, they look like they're now a VC branch of the U.S. government.
We're talking with Louis Cammarosano, the general manager of HomeGain, and the third quarter 2011 Virginia Home Value Survey. You also asked some more questions about Obama and his approval rating. What did you find that differed anything from the national survey?
Let's take a quick look. The national survey, Obama's rating is atrocious amongst real estate agents, with 55% of real estate agents strongly disapproving and 17% somewhat disapproving. So you've got 72% disapproving of realtors of Obama's performance. Homeowners nationally is 47% strongly disapprove and 16% somewhat disapprove. So you still got a big majority there not approving of the president's performance. Now, if we go over to Virginia, let's see. Well, it's not much better. 58% of real estate agents strongly disapprove and 17% somewhat disapprove. So it's basically in line with the national, and the homeowners is basically the same thing. So you're also looking at Virginia as somewhat of a conservative state, and I believe in the 2008 election, it was the first time they had elected a Democrat in quite some time.
Yeah. Yep. Interesting. Well, when we come back, we're going to jump into the top 5 credit myths that the big banks and the credit bureaus don't want you to know. And we're going to tell you that when we come back.